Good morning, my darlings. It is very bright and early on Friday morning. It's literally only just gone 7 AM. I've been up since 5:30 because I have a really fun activity this morning. I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago when I first knew that this was happening. Basically this morning, long story short, my reformer Pilates instructor at Daylesford, Chloe, she organises these incredible mornings. I think there's a few more going on throughout the warmer months where it's basically Pilates, meditation, and then a wild swim at the Cornbury estate here near Chipping Norton in the Cotswolds. And Chloe invited me along this morning and I've been really looking forward to it. It's something very different. I think I'm going to know a few of the ladies that are going. I think there's maybe like 10 of us. This is the first one of the year and then she's going to be doing a few more. So I think we're going to be, so Cornbury estate is where, I believe it's where Wilderness Festival happens, and also potentially a couple of the foodie festivals as well. And I don't know if you remember a few vlogs ago when I went to get my dresses altered, I said that the chap that was doing the altering was a professional butler for an estate here in the Cotswolds, and this is the estate where he is the like head of household. So firstly, I'm really looking forward to actually going into the estate, because I just have an obsession with big old estates and lovely houses, so I can't wait to be nosy. I love a good Pilates session in the morning, so that's going to be great fun. And then I'm a little bit nervous about the wild swim. Chloe said we don't have to do it. I'm not going to lie, it's a really chilly morning, but I know that if I don't do it, I'll regret it. So yeah, we shall see. I'd say there's like 50% chance that I'm going to do a wild swim. But yeah, I'm actually early. I need to, we're meeting at 7:15 at the main entrance. But yeah, I'm just going to tootle down the drive now and hopefully find the girls. Found the girls after getting a little bit lost, and my goodness, this is the house. This is Cornbury Park. I've just met Fee, who's one of the owners, and she just said that they have, I think she said 26 full-time members of staff to help run the estate, and my goodness, it is just spectacular. We're all going to drive in convoy now down to the lake. Look at this. Look at this. And don't worry, I did ask her and she doesn't mind me filming. That's one of the butlers, Elliot, that you can see in the doorway. It really is like a real life Downton Abbey.
I'm going. I've got to film Josie.
Oh my god, okay.
Come on, Josie. Go on, you can do it.
Do it.
Do it! Ah! Yeah!
Oh gosh. I'm not jumping.
Breathe out. You did it! Yay! Woo! Oh my god, let's get your breath. Let's get your breath.
back home again, and that was quite the way to start the day. So I'm not sure what I managed to capture, but we did a little bit of meditation. We did a full body sweep, I think Chloe called it meditation, followed by about 45-minute dynamic Pilates. And then most of us did a very quick swim in the lake, and it was absolutely incredible. I did take a little bit of mentally psyching up, and then luckily Fee, who lives at Cornbury Park and swims there most mornings, she said, she was able to help me catch my breath and actually enjoy the moment. It was, yeah, I think it would be wonderful to do throughout spring and summer. I'm not sure I could do as Fee does and do it throughout the year, but it felt amazing. And then we all hopped into the wood-fired sauna afterwards, and this sauna, again, I tried to film in there, but my camera lens just kept steaming up. It had the most incredible view. It's like a glass back sauna, this little wooden hut with a view onto the lake. And Fee was saying that the lake is fed by lots of different streams. It's got loads of reeds inside, so actually the water is very pure, very clean, and yeah, it was a fantastic way to start the day. So I was invited by lovely Chloe, who I've done a few of her Reformer Pilates classes at Dalesford in the past, and she's actually launching a subscription service for her Pilates, and she's very kindly offered a 14-day free trial. So I'm going to leave that linked in the description box down below. I would highly recommend checking it out. Chloe is absolutely incredible. She'll make you feel fantastic, and she also has some resistance band workouts as well. So after the swim, we left with a goodie bag filled with some lovely yummy snacks from a company called Time, T-Y-M-E. Had the most delicious smoothie that I enjoyed on the way home. I've also got a ginger shot, which I'll enjoy later, and then some of Chloe's favourite sustainable brands. Chloe also has a Family Feast cookbook, an ebook, so I'm going to be checking that out later. We've got some Rise and Shine daily capsules with omega-3 and vitamin D3 from Bare Biology. This is one of Chloe's resistance bands. We've got Dilly Grey, Ethical, Beautiful, Handmade, this beautiful makeup case or cosmetics pouch. Supernova Living. Ooh, wow, 93% of people said Supernova Life Powder reduces their fatigue. That's what I need, oh my goodness. Meno Well, what's this? M Powder. Nutrition, medical intervention, cold water therapy, that's what we've done this morning. Okay, that's interesting. A daily formula of whole foods, botanicals, and herbs. EYM, a beautiful candle. Chloe often talks about these guys on her Instagram. They sound heavenly. What's this? Bed Straw and Madden. Oh, of course. Oh my goodness. A sustainable underwear company. They feel so lovely and soft. What a fun design. So this is Bed Straw and Madden. That is absolutely adorable. So colourful. We have got Free Spirit Crazy Diamond. Oh my goodness. This looks like one of those million-year-old stones. We have got from La Eva Spice Shampoo. That sounds heavenly. And then a brand that I'm very familiar with, the Bramley Body Wash. What a gorgeous treat. Thank you to Chloe and all of the wonderful small local companies that contributed to the goodie bag. But yeah, it was a fantastic morning. I came away just brimming with the biggest smile. There was maybe 15 of us, so quite a small group, and it was just, yeah, a really wonderful way to start the day. Great to have the sauna afterwards as well. I definitely needed it. Although when I got out of the lake, I actually didn't feel cold. I was just standing around in my swimming costume for a few minutes just chatting to the girls and actually felt fine. So maybe I could get into the habit of wild swimming. Definitely a buzz of endorphins to start the day. But anyway, now I've just done a little bit of work, obviously had a nice hot shower, washed my hair, and Charlie and I are heading into Nicholsons. We are going to go and have lunch at the yurt, late lunch, and then pick up some bits and bobs so we can do some gardening in the morning. Although we have got 4 friends, we haven't actually told either of the sets of friends that the other set is coming. We may have double booked coming tomorrow. And I also have got a knife in my handbag because basically yesterday at the flower workshop I asked, I'm filming this straight after the end of the last vlog, I asked Leslie from Dalesford actually I'm not going to put the blame on her but I asked what the rules were about cutting like foliage from hedgerows, and they basically, everyone in the class said that as long as it grows abundantly you can cut stuff, and obviously as long as it's not private land, as long as it's a public bypass. So I've got that in my bag, and I'm going to collect a few branches legally and do a lovely floral display for when our guests arrive tomorrow. So that's the plan. Charlie is waiting for me in the car, so let's go. Had a lovely lunch in the yurt, and we're now picking a few bits and bobs. Obviously most of the bits that are going in the kitchen garden have grown from seed, but we're getting a few little bits to pad it out. And yes, straw top. In fact, do we have artichokes already?
Oh wow, these are nice. Why are these in here?
Is it charred?
No, so these are actually, they just flower, but I don't know why they're with the herbs.
Do we need that? For where? Herbaceous?
Well, anyway, they're really pretty flowers.
I don't know. But when we walk around here, Charlie always talks with such knowledge that people actually think that he works here. Especially...
That's what's on the menu, our wedding menu. Lovage. I didn't know what
Lavage. Well, let's grow it then.
Let's have a couple of them. I love lovage. Okay.
I don't just like it, I lovage. That wasn't so good, was it? Well, anyone that has been lusting over these in, I think, both our garden, I think Lydia's got some, I think Victoria's got some, the iconic champagne crates. If you have been lusting over them, you'll be pleased to know that they have got loads in stock at Nicholsons at the moment, of all different sizes. We've got one this big for our magnolia tree, and then we've got two, maybe a little bit bigger than this. Yeah, definitely bigger, that we got last year, with plants either side of the back door. They're not cheap, but they'll last forever, and they do look absolutely incredible. So we're back home after our trip to the garden centre and Nicholsons. We went to Applegarth in Chipping Norton afterwards as well, and then made a few pit stops roadside on the way home and got some greenery, a mixture of really great hedgerow branches and also some just wildflower. I guess it's probably even a weed, to be honest, but I think it's nice to add that little bit of white flower into my structure that I'll be creating in the morning. And then also just some cow parsley as well, which is massively abundant around here. Our lovely gardener Jack was so kind enough to bring this incredible selection of tulips from her garden, which is so kind. They are so colourful. So I'm actually going to stick all of these bits. The tulips are, I believe, already in water. Yes, you just want to make sure that everything is perfectly hydrated before you do any kind of flower arranging. So I'm going to leave them in some water. Maybe I'll do the arrangement tonight, maybe in the morning, but the most important thing is that these guys get their stems hydrated as much as possible. What have you been doing, Bunny? Gosh, it has turned into a really lovely evening. It's actually pretty warm. Gosh, look how fantastic the wildflower turf looks. It really is so colourful. I think we are going to bring a few of the veg down here to just position them this evening. Might do a little bit of planting. I think it's going to be a lovely evening. And look at this. So today we have our completed flagstone circle, and they finished off the pathways that go all around what will be our cut flower garden. This is my first time walking onto the flagstone circle. Gosh, oh, I've got a feeling it might be a bit wet. That is wobbly. So you just have to imagine how fantastic this is going to look, even this time next week, when we have got cut flowers planted in all of these quadrants. And then once the vegetable beds, Dickens, are abundant with veg and we don't have all of this mess up here, it really is going to be incredible. We also went for metal edging on the flower beds just to create that little bit of definition between the lawn and the flower beds. Let's give you a little close-up of the wildflower area and all of the fruit trees coming into blossom. Well, actually, they've been in blossom for a couple of weeks. It's kind of finishing now. just as the wildflower starts to take off. But look, so many of these, and it's perfect for pollinators because it's that early sign of food that they need, and it draws them all into your garden, which we love. And then you'll notice the wildflowers. Oh my gosh, this must be a cherry blossom. This is absolutely beautiful. Stunning, so stunning. Yes, the wildflower, the actual flower that's in bloom, will change all throughout the rest of summer now. So this is only the beginning. What have you found, my little bunny rabbit? Well, this one's particularly tasty, mummy. I really am a big fan of this one. And then the other update, oops, that we have today is, very excitingly, the tap on the water structure. It doesn't work yet, but I think that's happening very early next week. But it really feels like it's all starting to come together. So this is now the fun bit. I have taken a lot of my little seedlings out of the Victorian greenhouse where they've been growing for the last few weeks / months, and loads of them are absolutely ready to go into the ground. So we've got everything here from runner beans. Some of the runner beans are about, gosh, like 5 inches tall. We've got broad beans, we've got sweet peas, we've got normal peas, climbing beans, winter spinach, mange too, and the rhubarb that we got from Dalesford. Everything else is grown from seed. So we're going to take it down and position it in the beds where we have just put up the supports. And this is the bit I have been excited for. Well, it's quite predictable, but even though we have got the biggest raised beds I think I've ever seen already, they are filling up very, very quickly. So I think we've decided that this is going to be the things like the peas and the mange too, and then this tall structure here, which you can't really see in this light, is going to be one of my sweet pea obelisks. Delicate things can go in those 2 cloches. This is going to be our little strawberry corner over here. And then if we flip around, this bed here is going to be mostly salad, but then it will turn into a squash bed because this salad will all probably be finished around July, and that is when the squash will really start to take over. So we've got lots of different lettuces, we've got some rocket, and then these, I think this one's called a Calhoun, and it could get really, really big, and it's also a perennial, so that'll come back year after year. The broad beans will get really tall, so we've popped them at the back there. I think I've got a few more to come out, but I'm not doing anywhere near as many as I did last year. And some of the slightly more delicate salad will go in these cloches over here. And then there's another Calhoun in the corner there. And then this bed is looking really, really good. So this is my structure for my climbing beans. So we've got climbing beans down this side and runner beans that side, and they'll climb all the way up before they produce the pods. A couple more really big things here. These will grow to over 1 meter that way and up and down. So we've got 2 artichokes here and here, and this bed will remain quite green all year round because these are perennials as opposed to annuals, which means they live, they come back year after year. 4 little horseradish plants over there, which Charlie bought and I hadn't planned for in my bed planning, but we'll see how they do there. And then very excitingly in the corner, the 2 rhubarb. So we've got Lila over for dinner tonight, so I'm not sure if we'll have time to do any planting, or maybe she'd like to help us out. We shall see. Good morning, my darlings. Coming to you fresh-faced on this glorious Saturday morning. It's going to be another really, really nice day, which is perfect because we have got friends coming around today, and to be honest, our living room has only got 1 bit of furniture in it at the moment because of the ceiling incident, which we shared over on Instagram. If you're not following our home Instagram account, Old House Our Home, that's where we're sharing a lot of home updates at the moment. And as a result of that, all the furniture from the living room is in the dining room. So basically we don't really have any space. I mean, we could go in the drawing room, but it's quite a wintry space. We don't have any of the usual spots for entertaining our friends indoors, so I'm very, very happy that we have got some sunshine today. So it is Saturday morning. Charlie's actually just gone to the hairdressers. I've done a quick whiz around the house this morning, tidying up, done a few loads of laundry already. Dickens was howling at 6 in the morning, so didn't get a lion, but never mind. I'm going to do a little bit of a weekend morning pamper, which I would, to be honest, I'd usually do this on Sunday mornings. However, it's Charlie's family's annual that we haven't done in 4 years. I don't know why we didn't do it in 2019, but obviously the last 2 years of COVID. Big annual family party tomorrow, where all of mostly Charlie's dad's side of the family come to Charlie's family home, and it's just a big celebration. We rent a fish and chip van. Charlie's mum does loads of yummy food, and it's just amazing to see everyone. So because we're going to that, I'm not doing my Sunday morning pamper tomorrow. Anyway, Ramble-O-Rama. I've got a few, well, this is actually really exciting. So I've got a new device here to try out. I have been speaking to you guys a lot about how I feel that my skin's in a really good place at the moment, excuse me, and I really think that investing and just putting that little bit of extra time in my skin is paying off. I love the products that I'm using, and let's be honest, with one particular brand, looking at you, Clé de Peau, some of the skincare that I'm using at the moment is very expensive, so I do want to be getting the absolute most out of my skincare. I want every drop that I put on my face to go into my skin. And a facialist that I visit here in the Cotswolds, she recommended to me, what's it called? Is it called dermaplaning? Dermaflash is the brand name of this product. It's when you'll have seen people talking about it, probably the people with the best glowing skin. It's basically this device, and you move it across the skin, and it's like a little razor, but not a razor, but technically kind of is a razor. And what it does is it gets rid of peach fuzz, but also that top layer of dead skin cells. It's a very satisfying little graphic on the back here. And by getting rid of that top layer of dead skin cells and peach fuzz that you don't need, it's not only going to help your skin glow straight away, which I experienced after the facial, but also help your skincare to really absorb more. So Dermaflash. I got this from CurrentBody, which is the website where I got my amazing LED mask and a few other beauty devices. It's really my go-to website for those like proper beauty tech pieces. I have another item to share with you afterwards. Okay, so this is obviously my first time unboxing this. I've never done this at home before, so I thought we could do a little first impressions. So I'm going to set this up and then we'll go through the routine. Okay, so I've plugged the Dermaflash in, checking the quick start guide. I do need to wait for it to charge a little bit more. So that's charging, it's just on a little USB plug. So I'm going to leave that back there and show you the next item. Something else that you can do in salons, but I personally am like, why would you not do this at home because it's so quick and easy, is laser hair removal. You guys may know that I have been on an at-home laser hair removal journey in the past, and I dropped the ball. I majorly dropped the ball. I did not continue with it. Silly Josie, and now it's coming to the time of year where I'm like, oh, I really wish I'd kept that up. So I decided to go to what appears upon my research to be the best of the best product that is out there in the industry at the moment. Also available on CurrentBody, and CurrentBody have given me a discount code for this one because, let's face it, at-home laser devices can be quite expensive. However, I always say so much more affordable than going into a salon and getting it done, because the cost of this, which will literally be your hair removal sorted pretty much for the rest of your life, is the same cost as one round of treatment in a salon, and you do have to keep like topping yourself up, as I am currently finding. This retails for £319 on CurrentBody, and my code Josie239 makes it, unsurprisingly, £239. So I'll leave a link and that discount code in the description box down below. I believe this product is actually exclusive to CurrentBody as well. This is the Jovs, and I do apologise if I've said that incorrectly, but I would read that as Jovs Venus Pro. Here is the box. Let's open this up. Ooh, I mean that, this is like the Dyson hairdryer of laser hair removal, or IPL. Sometimes it's not called laser hair removal, sometimes it's called, this is just called the Jovs hair removal device home version. Yeah. But how beautiful and aesthetic. It's in this gorgeous green colour. Wow. That is beautiful. That is the luxury way to do laser hair removal at home. So I've just opened everything up, and this is what's in the box. Obviously instructions, cables, you've got goggles, a razor, because you do have to be clean shaven on the area that you're about to zap, the device itself, and then lots of different heads. So for example, bikini, face, underarms, and legs. So everything that you need. I'm sorry, I can't get over how beautiful this is. All the at-home hair removal devices I've used and seen before are just really quite basic looking compared to this. It's just absolutely stunning. Look at that gold button. My goodness, this is superior. Wow. So I did a lot of research on this particular product before ordering this from CurrentBody, and there's a few reasons why this one is superior. So first of all, it has actually got a cooling panel within the head of the bit that zaps you. Some people find this form of hair removal, I don't even want to use the word painful because it's really not, but some people find it a little bit uncomfortable. I've compared it in the past to like an elastic band peeing on the skin, but only in really sensitive areas. So this has got a cooling panel, so that'll be really interesting to see how that feels. But I thought this was really interesting. Equipped with optical filters capable of effortlessly eliminating pains caused by ineffectual stray light. I sometimes notice this, or have done in the past when having laser hair done professionally, because they obviously want to get the area treated as soon as possible. Sometimes if it's on like the crook of a knee, for example, light can stray other than on the affected area, and that's when it can feel a little bit more burny. So that's really interesting that they've got that in an at-home device. 6 levels of intensity for different needs of skin type, for different skin types, and sensitivity. Wow, the SR mode can be used for daily skincare. That's so interesting. I've never heard of a device like this actually having skincare benefits. It actually says that the flashes of light can help to erase wrinkles, pigmentation, and help with dark spots. That's absolutely amazing. I did actually wonder why there was a hand mode, but I have got, do you know what? Did have, past tense, I did have dark spots on my hands, but my Aurelia hand cream I think has actually solved them. But yeah, if you do have any pigmentation on your face, for example, this could be a really good option for that. Head rotates 180 degrees to reach all areas. Ice technology keeps the head at 5 degrees during hair removal, and apparently you can treat your whole body in 10 minutes. I don't need to treat my whole body, but I do want to get back on it with my underarms, my bikini, and my legs. So this is exciting. I can even feel there, it's cool on the head. That's amazing. Obviously I have spoken about laser hair removal in the past. For me it's just fantastic because you don't have any downtime. You basically always hair free because you have to shave before doing this. You don't have to wait for any regrowth. It's nowhere near as painful as waxing or epilating. I'm sorry, this device is so amazing. So you turn that, sorry about the noise, to turn it on, and you've actually got a screen here. And then can you see, by pressing these buttons, I'm able to change the mode. Okay, let's give it a go. Well, that was super easy, and I love the way that you change the mode. You just increase the levels, so level 1, level 2, level 3, just by twisting this. And now I'm just adding, oh my gosh, it just magnetizes. Adding the optical filter for the underarm area, and this area here is what is so lovely and cool. This is actually the new style of how to wear your dressing gowns. Sorry, but it actually recognized which head I have put on here, and it's automatically gone to underarm mode. That is Amazing. Okay, hello again, darlings. It's 15 to 20 minutes later and my Dermaflash is now fully charged. I've just been steaming some dresses while listening to some review videos about this, and oh my goodness, I did not realise that it's such a sensation of a product. People are going mad for this, like absolutely mad for it. However, most of the videos I've just watched, they recommend doing this at night, just before you go to bed, because then you can put the most gorgeously thick. In fact, it comes with a cleanser and a really lovely rich moisturiser. And they say, and a lot of the videos I've just watched recommend doing that before bed, so you can let the moisturiser sink in and your skin to enjoy that sensation overnight. So I am going to do it this evening, but for the sake of keeping all of this chit chat together, I'm going to do a little bit of inception within this video. We're going to hop to tonight, and then we're going to hop back to right now. So let's travel in time. Hello darlings, welcome to the future. So my skin is clean, it's dry, I've just used the cleanser, and this is my first time using the Dermaflash. So I watched a couple of tutorial videos. You literally press this button once for a normal speed, and you can also press it again for an ultra speed. I think I'm going to start on the normal. You hold your skin taut and then use feathery strokes to move it around the face. I'm not sure if when I turn it on it's going to create like a sonic noise. It's going to mess the sound on the camera, so I'm not going to speak through it. Also, I feel like I probably shouldn't move my face when I'm using it, but let's give it a go. So I've been doing the, I don't know what the verb would be, the Dermaflashing for 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, that was very enjoyable. I didn't really know when to stop, so I just kept going until I felt like I wasn't really getting the same sensation of the peach fuzz being removed and the dead skin cells being removed. Very, very satisfying, especially as you can see all the kind of gunk from your skin and the peach fuzz on the edge. So the blades are single use, so what you're meant to do is point it into the bin and press the eject button. Super, super easy, and that felt exactly the same as when I'd had this done in a professional salon. So it's definitely one of those at-home beauty treatments where you can save yourself a fortune instead of getting it done professionally. My skin feels really smooth. It definitely feels like it needs some moisturiser, so I'm going to pop on the Dermaflash post-flash moisturiser all over my skin so that it can just relax and absorb the moisture. So hopefully after this, all the products that I'm applying onto my skin should sink in a lot better, because that top layer of dead skin and peach fuzz that was previously acting as a barrier has now gone. Gosh, my skin feels so smooth. So I might add one more layer of moisturiser before bed. I'll see how my skin feels in an hour or so. But first impressions, super easy to use. My skin feels amazing. So let's see if I wake up with a glow, and if my makeup goes on better. I think it will based on all the review videos I've watched. But anyway, let's go back to current day. Okay darlings, we are back to Saturday morning after that little time hop, and if you watched not the last video but the one before, then you are probably about to get major deja vu, because I'm gonna lay the table in the exact same way and Charlie's gonna cook the exact same thing as what we did last weekend. As when our friends from Brown Rig came over, I'm literally gonna do the exact same thing. Charlie really wants me to show you Dickens. Hang on a second. What has our naughty son been doing?
I've been rolling in all sorts of lovely smells.
He's just extra naughty these last few days, isn't he?
Careful with it.
They're both a bit anxious about something. I don't know what it is.
Teenage years, isn't it?
Teenage years, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to lay the table in the same way as last weekend, and Charlie's going to do his eggy crumpets and salmon exactly the same as last weekend. However, what I have to do first is to create a lovely floral display. These are the tulips that our gardener Jack very kindly brought us over. from her garden, and then the other 2 pots are the hedgerow bits that we foraged yesterday. So I'm going to use all of the tips that I learnt in the Daylesford floristry class, which you will have seen in the last vlog, and I did a little voiceover with all the tips if you would like to see what I'm doing. But essentially you just need some chicken wire in your container as a support for all the blooms. This is very much a kind of constant spry style arrangement where it's very gappy, very wild looking, and yeah, I don't know how all of these bits and bobs will look together, but it's what I've got available, so let's give it a go. And also, it's actually really lovely and warm. I thought it was going to be freezing cold today, but the wisteria is really starting to come out. I don't know if I need to remove some of those seed pods, but it really is looking sensational. Okay, time to get flower arranging.
I'm looking up from my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow, I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet, we can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room, we'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone, we'll order in a bunch of food, put your favorite music on.
So according to my camera, that was a 22-minute long time lapse, including me clearing away the table afterwards, and I think that's pretty good going for 20 minutes spent creating a floral display. So I put into practice all the tips that I learnt at the Daylesford class, which you'll have seen in the last vlog, and I'm really pleased with this. This bouquet, or this flower arrangement, has literally cost me absolutely nothing. We are so lucky to have been given the tulips from Jacques, and they're actually all opening up now. They're in the sunshine, so I need to lay the table and put these out and make the most of the rest of them. A lot of the hedgerow pieces creating that beautiful green foliage, and I just love how a lot of foliage looks in a floral display. Can you even hear me over the bird song and that aeroplane overhead? It's just full of background noise today, which we love. But yeah, it's just a really, you know, natural floral structure. I think this even looks like a kind of oak leaf. I don't think you get oak in hedgerows. This is, I think it's called jack-in-a-bush. It's actually a weed, but I thought it was pretty. And then I've gone for a white and purple colour theme with the tulips. One of the tips that we learnt in the Daylesford class was if you want to draw the eye into the bouquet, then put some of the deeper colours inside. So that's why I have done that with the dark purple tulips. But yeah, looks lovely. I'm really happy with this. Not quite so good from this angle. Looks a little bit like someone having a bad hair day. Gosh, we're so lucky with this weather. I thought it was going to be freezing today after a bit of a frost this morning. But I better tidy up now. Our guests are going to be here in about half an hour. So I better get the table set up for brunch. So I just managed to drag Charlie away from his breakfast making duties to film a super quick video just so I could remember this lovely bouquet, and it turned out so lovely. I've just posted it with zero editing as a reel on my Instagram, and I think it looks really lovely, so thank you, darling. And now I'm going to give the table a super quick clean and lay it ready for brunch. So get ready for another time lapse. And you might have noticed I changed out of my thermals and cashmere jumper into a dress because it has suddenly become the most glorious day.
Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin.
And here we go, the table is set. I decided to use my Maison Margot tablecloth this time instead of my Bertioli one. partly because I think the Bertioli one is actually in the wash, but this one looks just as lovely. A little bit different to last week. I used, excuse my shadow, I used the straw, what are they called? Placemats, also from Maison Margot. Burley pottery plates, Amazon napkins, Amazon jute string, usual cutlery, and then I just used a few of the leftover tulips. It feels very mean calling them leftover tulips, but the gorgeous tulips in some little posy glasses, along with some of the leftover, the remaining greenery from the hedgerow. And then I just grabbed a terracotta vase from the house, along with the terracotta pots for this little structure down at the end. I did decide to bring my tripod out this time. Usually I just balance you on one of the bushes, but I'm going to pop this back inside, go and brush my hair very quickly, freshen up my makeup, because our guests will be here any moment.
Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
You're
I get
lovely.
the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can
As
spend.
always, I have been a rubbish vlogger while we've got friends here, but we have been for a lovely walk. Rory and Nathan have now joined us, and the boys are making pizza dough ready for our pizza evening. So let's head into the kitchen, see what's going on. Alex, what kind of pizza are you making?
I'm gonna go making that pesto thing you were talking about.
Nice! Wild garlic pesto.
Yeah.
Charlie's done a rosemary, the classic starter, and then we've got some tomato and mozzarella, the classics. We should have got some more veg bits to go on top, really.
We've got in the oven. We've got all
Oh,
those, yeah, and
yes.
there's peppers in there as well.
Oh, perfect.
How are we doing? That's going to be quite nice, because that's going to be a bit of a different, like, platter.
Yeah!
I like that.
Look at this, my wild garlic foraged pesto, going to good use.
That one, I think. Sorry, Bob.
Oops. Yeah. It's so good that they're the same colour. Do you think they did that purposely?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they do look amazing together, don't they?
I'll be honest.
Fire alarm. Hold on.
What was I going to say? I actually, as a colour, I prefer Alex and Victoria's colour.
Yeah.
That's the colour I originally
It's beautiful. It's like a sage olive green, isn't it?
make sure. What do you think, Bubba? What do you think,
Bubba?
Flavour.
Well, of course, we have got company while we're having our pizzas. 3 little saucissons. 3 little babies. Oh, so lovely. I adore you. Yes.
So,
Mummy, please, I'd really, really like some pizza.
next to the house.
Hello again, my darlings. It is now Sunday morning. We had a fabulous evening last night. The fire was lit. It was a gorgeous sunset. We had plenty of pizza, lots of rosé. It was a wonderful evening, and we are now at Charlie's mum and dad's house. Today is the annual Irons family gathering. Everyone is just arriving, and the chip van has just arrived, much to my excitement. We've got chips, battered sausage, fish, obviously, chicken goujons, everything you could possibly imagine to keep everyone fed and watered throughout the afternoon. Unfortunately, we don't have quite as much sunshine today, but we've got a couple of marquees up to keep everybody dry, so it's going to be a lovely day. So at the Irons family party, we have got the frying squad. Fish and chip van is here. Freshly battered cod, sausage, chicken. Looks good.
Using my head.
That's all on Victoria and Nora.